when a young kid is born, they listen. Before they ever hold a pencil, they start speaking mama, papa, dada, dadi. सुनकर समझ आया ना? तो अगर आपको कोई भी लैंग्वेज सीखनी है, अगर आपको तरीका सीखना है बोलने का, you got to be listening more.
You spoke about shadowing. Tell me more about that.
So shadowing is a beautiful practice if you're watching a movie. And I really like Harvey Specter saying this to Mike, Easy Tiger. Now you pause the video and just repeat this till the time you feel like you spoke like him. Shadow the person.
Meet Reshu Sharma. From starting work at 15 to rising through Ogilvy and Red Bull, she now inspires over 150,000 people online, teaching a new generation to speak up, stand tall, and turn their story into strength.
When somebody is going for a job interview, what kind of practices should they have during the interview and crack it?
क्योंकि हम सब के अंदर एक चोर है, तो वो जो चोर है, वो चोर जानता है ये बात कि आई एम नॉट द बेस्ट, और वो चोर इसलिए है क्योंकि वो उसके ऊपर काम नहीं कर रहा. अगर तुम जानते हो यू नीड इम्प्रूवमेंट, डू समथिंग टू इम्प्रूव. हम सब ने 3 Idiots देखी है. राजू, उसने क्या इम्प्रूवमेंट करनी है, हाथ पैर टूट गए, बट व्हेन ही केम बैक फ्रॉम हियर, he knew that he has the willingness and desire to improve now.
इससे कि आप अपनी जॉब रख
अपनी
लीजिए,
जॉब
मैं
रखो,
अपना
मैं अपना
attitude
attitude
रख
रख लेता हूँ.
When you work with people, how do you help them get over this fear of English speaking? I'll talk about myself. When I was in my early 20s or even mid 20s, my journey began because there was a time I could not even speak properly, forget about speaking in English. And then taking that one step at a time, one bit at a time, there came a time when I could speak properly, but English was a challenge for me. And I personally believe, as they say, that people would choose death over public speaking. Now, when you work with people, how do you help them get over this fear of English speaking? That's one. And then once they have grown over that fear, what kind of 3 tips would you like to recommend that will help them to grow and become better communicators?
First of all, I believe that we as a nation have also evolved. Now it's more about how you speak rather than in what language you speak. If you have the capacity of being able to express your mind out clearly, I think it changes the game for you. Really, for real. I believe that when it is about English speaking, we as a country, we have evolved, and people, even the listeners, the viewers, we appreciate people who can actually clearly express their thought rather than focusing on what language they're using. This is one.
Yeah.
Second,
So it's more about communication rather than the language.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. This is what I believe, and I've seen it practically. Secondly, most important, how we say that if I have to tell you that speak something about, say for example, podcast, you would speak about it because you know about it, right? You are aware of something, that is why you're getting the confidence to be able to speak about it, right? What is there in self-confidence? Awareness of self. If you are very well aware of what you are, how you look while you do something, what you do, how much you know, how much you're going to speak, and you're prepped like that subconsciously.
Yeah.
You have not mugged it up. If you're prepped, if you're aware about yourself, you'll have self-confidence. And public speaking has everything to do directly with self-confidence.
Beautiful. It's like confidence demystified.
In my case, what worked out was half of my day, I used to be in front of the mirror all the time. What would I do? I would play teacher. I would talk random stuff in the mirror with myself. Then if I had to go for debates, or say for example in my school prayer I had to speak the topic of the day or anything, I would practice everything in front of the mirror. Loud. That helped me, my subconscious brain, to actually get trained and understand how I look while I speak. How I look when I'm standing on stage, how I look if I'm training somebody physically. My subconscious brain created an image of myself. Now when I stand on stage, I am fully aware, right now I'm fully aware as to how I'm looking on the camera when I'm speaking. So that self-awareness gives me confidence that you can wake me up from my sleep and I'll start speaking without any fear. Now when we talk about tips, listen more. Listening more is like extremely crucial. Like when a child is born, you don't give them a pencil to write. They listen. before they ever hold a pencil, they start speaking mama, papa, दादा, दादी, whatever. सुनकर समझ आया ना. तो अगर आपको कोई भी लैंग्वेज सीखनी है, अगर आपको कोई भी तरीका सीखना है बोलने का, if you want to learn that, you got to be listening more. Listen to music. Music helps you a lot. Any language music. Watch movies, watch videos, read subtitles, have the audio in English or the subtitles in this, have the audio in the other language subtitles in English. Do that exercise with your brain, because brain has the capacity to learn all these things without you teaching it.
So what I'm picking up right now is that I need to take care of several components in case I would like to become a better communicator and be ready to face the world, irrespective of the language. या मैं हिंदी में बोलना चाहता हूँ या मैं अंग्रेजी में बोलना चाहता हूँ, I should be very comfortable. तीन चार जो चीज़ें आपने बोली, one was you spoke about self-awareness.
Yes.
And I just loved it when you said कि यार अगर मैं अपने आप को देखूँ आंखें बंद करके, मेरे को पता है कि मैं कैसे दिख रही हूँ इस समय बात करते हुए. That's one thing. Then you spoke about कि आपको अपने thoughts, अंदर जो thoughts चल रहे हैं, क्या thoughts क्या चल रहे हैं, only then you'll be able to express your thoughts, only when you are clear about that. So from self-awareness comes the clarity, and then you spoke about practicing. What kind of practices do you have? You spoke about shadowing.
Yeah.
Right? I just love that.
Yeah.
Tell me more about that.
So shadowing is a beautiful practice. Like, I'm somebody who likes to watch a lot of content. I don't like to watch short form content. I like to watch long form content. Now, shadowing is something that if you're watching a movie, right? And I really like Harvey Specter saying this to Mike, easy tiger. So I will pause.
I could sense that, easy tiger.
Yeah. So you just pause because you have the capacity to do it right now. Earlier there were no means to do it. Now you pause the video and just repeat this till the time you feel like you spoke like him. Shadow the person, then play the thing again, and whatever you like throughout the course. Like, I have a few friends, they're incredible at it. I have one of my friends here also. He's crazy at it. Like, literally, he would literally watch anything and start speaking it exactly the way it is. So that is what shadowing is, and it helps you in numerous ways than you can count.
Yeah, it allows you to look at how the other person is giving an expression.
Yeah.
The tonality of the voice, the poise that he's taking, and the pauses that he's taking.
Yes.
I think also, I don't know what they call it in theatre, but there was a time when I was involved in theatre as well. Then we used to follow the same technique.
Yeah.
A lot of people here would love to know more about how they can actually put this into practice.
Yeah.
For example, when somebody is going for a job interview, right? And what kind of practices should they have that will allow them to be at ease with themselves during the conversation, during the interview, and crack it?
Yeah. There's a very good thing for this. First of all, don't be scared of the interviewer. You don't need to. Second of all, know why do you need this job. Most people apply at 20 places together. There's a constant pressure to crack. Of course, you're not going to crack all those 20 interviews.
You don't need to.
You don't need to crack. Why are you chasing something so badly that you do not even want to accomplish?
At the end of the day, you can only marry one person.
Yeah, you can't be having 20 brides and grooms. And also, it is like, you are inviting one more problem for yourself, because the moment you crack more than one interview, now you'll be having a problem. You'll be in a trouble thinking which one to join.
That's a good problem to have.
I mean,
No?
yeah, though.
Yeah.
So, no, when it is about job interviews, I believe that first of all, always know where you're going.
Yeah.
If you don't know about the company, you're going to mess it up. मतलब just read. और ऐसा नहीं है कि पढ़ाई करके जाओ, कंपनी के बारे में सोच के जाओ, समझ के जाओ. ये जान के जाओ कि पहली बात तो आप क्यों जा रहे हो. That is very, very important.
उससे पहले, don't be scared of the interviewer.
Do not be scared of the interviewer, because they need you as much as you need them. Understand? And a lot of people do not understand it, क्योंकि हम सब के अंदर एक चोर है.
चोर है.
बहुत बड़ा चोर है.
अच्छा, तभी तो वो गाना नहीं बना. चोर जो गाना बना. ये भी ले जा, राम भी ले जा, रहीम भी ले जा, शाम भी ले जा, सब कुछ ले जा. हाँ.
तो वो जो चोर है, वो चोर जानता है ये बात कि आई एम नॉट द बेस्ट. और वो चोर इसलिए है क्योंकि वो उसके ऊपर काम नहीं कर रहा. अगर तुम जानते हो यू नीड इम्प्रूवमेंट, डू समथिंग टू इम्प्रूव. अगर आपने इम्प्रूव करने की कोशिश भी की होती तो आप कॉन्फिडेंस में जाते. अगर आपने इम्प्रूव करने की कोशिश ही नहीं करी, हम सब ने 3 इडियट्स देखी है, राजू उसने क्या इम्प्रूवमेंट करने की, हाथ पैर टूट गए, बट व्हेन ही केम बैक फ्रॉम हियर ही न्यू दैट ही हैज द विलिंगनेस एंड डिजायर टू इम्प्रूव नाउ. ही डिड नॉट गिव अ डैम टू द इंटरव्यूअर.
ही सेड कि आप अपनी जॉब रख
आप अपनी
लीजिए,
जॉब
मैं
रखो, मैं अपना एटीट्यूड रख लेता हूँ. Just because he knew that now from here on I'm not going to look back. So anybody who will have this thing in their mind, अगर आपके दिमाग में ये क्लियर होगा ना यार कि मैंने मेहनत करी है, पूरी ईमानदारी से करी है, तो आपको किसी का डर नहीं लगेगा. और जैसे ही आपका ये क्लियर हुआ तो बेधड़क इंटरव्यू देने जाओ, जो आता है वो बोलो, हर सवाल को ढंग से केटर करो, काम की बात बोलो, अपना आइडिया ईमानदारी से रखो एंड जस्ट वॉक आउट. देयर इज नथिंग टू फियर. As of the techniques that are available, how to crack job interviews, nothing works unless you have your mind in control.
Yeah.
I come from the same field. I am also मतलब I also talk about content communication. This is my profession. तो मैं चाहूँ उसको बेच सकती हूँ मेरे को but this is practically not true. No matter how you practice, no matter how much you try to learn and mug up things, it will not work unless your mind is in your support. First work on that, then everything else you'll sort out.
In another very typical challenges that I've come across in most of the people that I work with is people find it very challenging to present themselves in a meeting. So let's suppose that you've already cracked an interview.
Yeah.
Now you would like to learn how to present yourself in a meeting, in a meeting, right? What are the steps that one should be keeping for themselves that allow them to hold meetings really well? Pre-meetings, during meetings, post-meetings.
Yeah. Okay. देखो एक बहुत सिंपल सी बात करते हैं. एक जो किसान होता है वो रोज़ हल चलाता है, वो कल भी हल चलाएगा, वो परसों भी हल चलाएगा. मुझे आपको अगर हल चलाने को बोल दिया जाए तो हम हल चलाने से पहले भी घबराएंगे, हल चलाते टाइम सांस फूलेगी, हल चलाने के बाद में हाथ पैर,
उस समय हम रहेंगे ही नहीं.
हम रहेंगे नहीं. खत्म एकदम. This is what happens. When you bring something into practice, it improves you at it. तो a person, अब जिसने जॉब क्रैक कर लिया है, जॉब क्रैक करके उसको लग रहा है काम खत्म हो गया, काम शुरू हुआ है अब आप अपने ऊपर, this is not your final destination. ये मैं मतलब I really want to tell this to the whole world. I have literally been working for 10 years and I feel कि I am very fortunate that I got opportunities to work from the very early age of my life.
Yeah.
If you have landed on a job, if you are working there, work with 100% integrity.
Yeah.
But never ever harass your mind telling yourself that this is your final destination, because it might not be.
Yeah.
It might be.
It will not be. It's not might. It will not be.
It will not
because
be.
Because every day, whether we like it or not, we are evolving. Either we are getting into the pigeonhole, or we are getting better human beings.
Yes.
So in any of the cases, it's not going to be our final destination.
So once you are there on the job, you are working with 100% integrity, you are giving it your best, you got to be knowing that to stay in the game,
you have to work hard.
You have to work on yourself harder every day.
Yeah. You know, reminds me of what Shah Rukh Khan says. He says, job मिलने से पहले, काम मिलने से पहले तो कोई भी मेहनत कर लेता है.
हाँ.
पर उसके बाद मुझसे ज़्यादा मेहनत कोई नहीं कर सकता.
कोई नहीं कर सकता.
And I think that is what shifts everything.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And you know, especially because of this Gen Zs, I've heard and I'm getting more familiar with this word called toxic manager more often than I was aware of a few years back. And I think every time when you come across a Gen Z person, I've come to an understanding that out of 10 people, 4 बंदों ने नौकरी छोड़ दी है. और reason सबका same है, क्या toxic environment, toxic manager. Now, being a communication expert that you are, Reshu, help me understand. When you come across someone who happens to be a toxic manager or a toxic colleague for that matter, through your lens, what kind of communication would you have with that person to create the relevant boundaries? How would you deal with that person?
I believe in two things. Thing number one, I believe that only the manager is not responsible to make the environment toxic. It takes multiple people to create a toxic environment. Now, That toxic environment is also created क्योंकि जब कोई toxicity infuse करता है ना और आप उसको receive करते हो तो वो toxicity grow होती है. If you refuse instead of infusing that toxicity at step 1, the environment will go neutral. हर इंसान को यही करना चाहिए. It is your response that decides whether this toxicity will prevail or not. This is one thing. Second thing, most important, if you are doing your work right, if you know that I have to value what I am, okay, I will get a little off the topic, but this is very important to be said. So many people, I believe in manifestation, universe, and everything. So many people are not able to get the due credits of what they do because they don't believe that they deserve that credit. That
Most of us don't believe that we deserve this.
And that is why half of the people never get that and they're okay with it.
Yeah.
And half of the people who get it are in disbelief.
Yeah.
And half of the people who get it, they take it on their head. And that's where the toxicity starts from.
So when you feel that you're entitled for something,
Yeah.
that's when you become toxic.
Yeah. But you should be having a clarity of the fact that your friends are your friends, your family is your family, and your colleagues are your colleagues. Don't confuse this.
And when people confuse that, then what happens? And how to avoid that?
When people
Beautiful
confuse
point that you brought in, Reshu.
that, I'll tell you where I got this point from.
Yeah.
I believe when people confuse this strata of relationship, expectations grow. And it would be even wiser to say needless expectations grow. If you're friends with your boss, or say if you're friends with your manager, you are expecting something out of them. They're not here to serve you. And you are also not there to expect that. It is human nature that you become friends with people. It is human nature that you create groups of people because we are like that. But it is also very important to know that there is a switch in your mind that you can actually take absolutely in your control and plan and move around with your day as per that. Have the control in your hand. You got to be knowing that your manager is associate. Even if you believe in karma or even if you believe in universe, you can look at it from the perspective that this is the guy I'm associated with. He has some karmic connections with me. I have some karmic connections with him. I am here to help him serve his purpose and get closer to his goal.
And he's here to help me serve this purpose and get closer to my goal.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Any one of you guys not serving your purpose will create a toxic partnership.
Beautiful.
So how can you actually control it? Wherever you are, serve your part. And if everybody starts serving their part, it will all be solved someday.
Such an easy way to look at that. And what could be the possible challenges that might come to interfere in this relationship?
People don't accept that I need to correct something.
It's always about blaming the other person.
You
and
need to correct
shaming
something.
and then complaining. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I personally believe the path to a good relationship between two people, the bridge is communication.
Yes.
Right? But most of the times when two people interact with each other, they don't land the way
It should.
one is intended.
Yeah.
So what do you think? What are the breakdowns there? And what are the things that I need to be watchful of while I'm building or further strengthening my relationship with the other person?
There's a very big misconception. You ask anybody, what do you understand by communication? They will only talk about the speaking part. Nobody talks about listening. And the biggest part of communication, even more important than speaking, is listening. Anybody in a relationship, if you know when to keep quiet, you can save a lot of things.
Yeah.
If you know when you are listening and there is no defense mechanism really going on in your mind, then you might be able to sort out a lot of things even before they occur. Because if people are consciously listening, I truly believe it. अगर आपको अपनी लाइफ में किसी भी रिलेशन को इम्प्रूव करना है, just start to listen. Not only listen when they're talking to you, listen to them when they're talking to whoever. Because when you start listening to people with intention, you will find out what they're going through in some bits and pieces.
Yeah, because you never know what they're going through.
Just
But
listen.
what do you think? What comes in the way of listening? I mean, what
Lack of
stops?
empathy.
Okay.
Lack of empathy. I believe, see, वो जो empathy पापा को मेरे साथ आती है, या फिर वो जो मेरी छोटी बहन के साथ आएगी, या फिर किसी के बॉयफ्रेंड या हस्बैंड को उसकी वाइफ के साथ आएगी, that empathy sets your intention.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have, how does it happen that a friend of yours is in trouble and say for example your chacha ka ladka is also in trouble, you're not interested to listen to him but to him,
Yeah.
because you have a kind of empathy for him.
That's exactly what my question is. I have observed, and why have observed? I've seen myself that I'm very comfortable listening to two people, and I'm not comfortable listening to another person.
Yeah.
So what is that dynamic?
I assume, as of my understanding, it is who you are more connected with, who you, and also being very practical and very open about it. इससे कई बार ये भी होता है कि हम लोग क्योंकि इवॉल्व हो रहे होते हैं, तो हर टाइम ड्यूरेशन के अंदर ना हमारी इम्पोर्टेंस ऑफ एम्पैथी अलग अलग लोगों की तरफ इवॉल्व होती जाती है.
So does it mean that we are, as human beings, we are so selfish that we'll only look for what am I getting out of this conversation?
Sadly, yes. Mostly, मतलब a person has to work too much on themselves to consciously be selfless. Because consciously we are not selfless at all. Anything, you take example of anything in this life. If you are showing compassion somewhere, you are being selfish somewhere else.
Yeah.
My mother, the love she will pour on me, she will get selfish somewhere else. I will think of my sister and her career and her life in a way, but I'll get selfish for somebody else. So selfishness is a core part of our human nature. It is just that how you equalize that.
Yeah. So what I'm picking up is that if I'm pivoting towards something, I'm compromising somewhere else, right?
Yeah.
Also, I heard that every time when we are moving towards something, we are running away from something as well. Now, from that perspective, if I look at, in the corporate scenario, we say that you don't have friends. What it means is that each one to themselves. We are just trying to protect ourselves. Then how can we leverage communication and empathy to create a culture that can have genuine, long-lasting relationships?
I would say something that might sound very impractical, but that is very practical because I have tried to do it and it has worked. If you just take care of the fact that wherever I'm going, in any organization, in a group of friends or wherever, I got to add some value.
Okay.
काम मत करो आप कुछ भी, आप माहौल बना दो.
माहौल बना दो.
You got to be there.
हाँ.
Your presence has to be felt. And जब आप उठकर जाओ, तो difference has to be, sensed by everybody who's sitting there. Such people are invited everywhere and they're never avoided. Trust me. Add value. If you're sitting there and if you're making everybody laugh, if you're sitting there and if you're doing interesting conversations, if you're sitting there and everybody knows कि यार ये ना यहाँ पे कोई काम करने नहीं आ रही है, but ये यहाँ बैठी रहेगी ना तो जो भी काम हम कर रहे हैं वो थोड़ा better हो जाएगा. Somewhere or the other she will give input. Such people are always welcomed. Always, everywhere.
In all my podcasts, I've never spoken about the importance of siblings. What role do your siblings play in your life?
If I come back to, they help you look at things from such a transparent point of view that nobody else will, not even your parents. Your siblings have the capacity to give you a reality check every now and then. So that is why they're very, very important. Just make sure that you don't lie. It gives you a lot of security. How? That even in the cases of your friends, you have a slightest of doubt that somebody might turn a snitch.
Yeah.
There's always a doubt.
Yeah.
But in the case of your siblings, there is absolutely no doubt.
Yeah. You know it, that
You
he's
know
there,
it.
she's there with you.
Yeah. And this guy or girl, if time be, they will not even, turn you down in front of your parents also.
Yeah. They'll
Turn
stand
you
by
in. They'll stand by.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have the same equation with my sister and with my brother. Exactly the same equation with my, and both of them are elders.
Lucky.
So I'm the youngest.
pampered one.
bred, yeah. So Rishu, let's take one step forward. And you spoke about that you're an entrepreneur as well,
Yeah.
right? So what business are you exactly?
Okay. So see, I started as somebody who loved writing. I used to do a very very interesting thing. हम क्या करते थे? मतलब मैं क्या करती थी? I had this thing that there are so many times that you lose connections with your friends. How do you start conversation again? There has to be something that you can get to talk about. So I was ऐसे random daily क्या करूँ और I was in 10th standard 10th 11th standard. So I created this whole campaign wherein you send me a picture of a group of friends or any memory of yours. And don't tell me anything about it. I will look at the picture, I will analyze what was going on, and I'll write a poem on the same frame. Then what you can do, you can take this picture, this is all free of cost, you can take this picture, tag your friends on Instagram, they will all see this picture, they'll all read this poem, they'll try to feel this thing, and you guys can talk again. This is like a reunion. It worked out. 70-80 people sent me their pictures from all across. पता नहीं कहाँ से. I didn't know them, I didn't know anything about them, but what I was doing was just looking at their pictures, writing something for them, and it became a very good practice.
So that was your first gig.
Then my college happened, I landed up in theatre, and then I did a lot of debates. So I knew that, okay, it is not only speaking and writing, it is also ideating, writing and speaking. So I basically summed it up in a way that I like to speak what I write.
Yeah.
That was my thing. कि मैं वही बोलूँगी जो मैंने लिखा है. That's how it came out, and now I turned myself into a content and communication strategist, which I don't know whether it is a position or not, but I have been working on it for 5 years now.
And it's working.
And it's working. Working like good.
Yeah.
So there I had this thing that I used to consult individuals, talk with people, brands, help them ideate ki how can you tell your story. I have so many accounts that I helped start from scratch. I gave all the ideas. They are on like 3 lakh, 2 lakh, 2 lakh 50,000 random accounts. This is all that was happening.
How beautiful.
Then last month, because of my health reasons and so many reasons, I took an exit from a job where I was working as the assistant vice president for the company. It was an edtech company. So I left it, and now I am bringing forth my mission. My Instagram is Reshu Speaks, and the company that I have started is Rescue World. Rescue Studios, you call it, which is RES with a capital Q. It is resolution quality. And it is named Rescue because I have worked with so many people who have drained in a lot of money because they have onboarded a lot of social media marketing agencies, digital marketing agencies, and these agencies, they really, most of them try to do one size fits all. That does not work. If you're somebody who's distributing medical equipments, your big market is on LinkedIn. If you're somebody who's a real estate agent, you got to be creating content in a different way. You got to be working on data capturing and how would you follow up and how would you retarget and all of that. Then if you're somebody who's an astrologer, that would work differently, a different platform. You cannot sell same plan to everyone. And I thought that I don't know whether this profession exists or not, but I think that people really need somebody who can just sit with them and ask them, sir, आप क्या चाहते हो? हम ये चाहते हैं, हमारा इतना खर्चा लग रहा है, हम इस चीज़ पे बहुत मेहनत कर रहे हैं, ये चल नहीं पा रही है, अल्टीमेट हमारा बिजनेस यहाँ से आएगा. या मुझे ब्रांड विजिबिलिटी करनी है, मुझे सेल्स चाहिए, मुझे, then I create a customized plan for them. Then I believe I have the best production team in the world. They are crazy, sick people. We have people like somebody who's from, my partner in fact. So we have people who are professionals, who have been working for 10-15 years and all young minds. So look at the trajectory of the company that all young minds with 15 years of experience are working together. There's so much to do. And then also we happen to be the youngest with the clients that we are also working with, so they also pamper us a lot.
Yeah, must be.
So we are basically an audio-visual production house, and I am individually a communication and content strategist / consultant who helps you tell your story in the way that you would not tell for sure. Because हमारे साथ बहुत बड़ी प्रॉब्लम है ना कि हमें जहाँ अपने बारे में 4 अच्छी बातें करनी है, हम अटक जाते हैं. बोलना ही नहीं आता कि मैं अपनी क्या तारीफ करूँ यार, मैंने बहुत अच्छा काम किया है. कोई बात नहीं, मत करो.
That's exactly what I was talking to with my team some time back. So, Reshu, help me understand. And this is where I would like to have some better understanding of that. You wrote a book called No Passion, and the things that you're doing right now is something that you're really good at.
Yeah.
So, what's the connection between passion and things that you're really good at, if there's any connection?
Because of all the conversations that I had with you right now, I'm pretty sure you're going to understand my perspective on this. No Passion is basically a book written for everyone who has no idea what their passion is. I have basically advocated a different definition and understanding of passion in this book. हम लोगों को passion लगता है कि आपको म्यूज़िक पसंद है, बचपन से म्यूज़िक पसंद है, तो आप म्यूज़िक के लिए पैशनेट हो, ठीक है? मैं मानती हूँ कि पैशन इज़ नॉट वॉट यू लाइक टू डू, पैशन इज़ द एनर्जी विद विच यू डू एनीथिंग. तो इफ़ यू आर मेकिंग म्यूजिक, द एनर्जी विद विच यू आर मेकिंग म्यूजिक इज़ योर पैशन. म्यूजिक इज़ नॉट योर पैशन. So in my case, I understood, I don't know how, but I figured out that Reshu, you like to do many things. तुझे बहुत कुछ करना पसंद है. And everything that you are getting into sync with, the energy that you are doing
Going
that
to
thing
bring
with,
in. Yeah.
is the passion.
Yeah.
We say, na, how passionate are you about this thing?
Yeah.
She is doing this work so passionately. So passion is not basically the ultimate thing that you're doing, but the energy with which you're
With
doing
which
it.
as you said it, when you're doing something, be fully present to that.
Be fully
That's
present to it.
Exactly what you spoke in the initial part of this conversation. As well.
Yeah. So there is no fight about finding your passion. Just understand that you have the privilege of being able to do anything and everything that you want to do.
Yeah.
Just do it with absolute passion. That is what
So,
No Passion is
Reshu,
about.
I also understand that you did something on how to make money online.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the questions that our youth today is trying to seek answer for.
Yeah.
That what is it that they could do that would help them to make money online?
Yeah.
So if you can just help us with 3 tips or 5 tips
Yeah,
that will help people to make money online.
Okay. First thing is, you want to make money online, offline, you can do it both. Just start working on yourself. You got to list down, मैं इसको हिंदी में बोलती हूँ for wider reach.
जी.
आप इसकी लिस्ट बनाओ कि आप क्या क्या अच्छा करते हो. आपको ये पता होना चाहिए that I am good at all of. I'll tell you, there have been times when we have not had people to do things that are not my tasks. कोई मान लो कोई एडिटर एब्सेंट है या अवेलेबल ही नहीं है, हो ही नहीं सकता कुछ, मान लो सिस्टम ही नहीं है. I have sat to editing those videos. I don't know video editing, but I'll figure out ways to do it. This I believe everybody should do. First of all, write down what all do you know, then write down what all you don't know but you can learn.
So when you're saying what all you know or what you're really good at?
What all you know.
What all you know. Okay. Anything.
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely anything. See, I believe when you start finding things that you are really good at, you reject most of the things that you can be really good at. हम इतना मतलब पहले ही निकाल देते हैं ना कि यार मैं गाना तो नहीं गा सकती. Earlier I used to think that I have such a coarse voice, it might not work with me. But kudos to Priyanka Chopra, changed the whole definition. Who cares?
Yeah.
Right? So just see what you want to do and what you can do at the bare minimum basic. Then get smarter at doing those things. That's how you evolve. That's how you charge more. That's how you get better presentable for the thing that you are required to be doing. This is one thing. So second thing that, see, what I did for online money making, I was also into affiliate marketing, which I believe is one of the biggest modes of many companies to run today. You see YouTubers, they will all have QR code scan kar lo, description mein link and all of that. That is all affiliate marketing. If you can create a network of people on social media, you can do wonders at affiliate. Create a community. There should be people who trust you. There should be people who know that you're not going to do fluff here, and there should be ethics in you to do no fluff. Then you actually make big name here. But other than that, there are so many options. Everybody is looking for freelancers.
Yeah.
Everyone, literally. I used to say this in my trainings कि दुनिया में अभी अगर आप लेटेस्ट स्टडीज़ के हिसाब से देखोगे तो 114 मिलियन एक्टिव यूट्यूब चैनल्स हैं.
Wow.
114 million active YouTube channels, can you believe? And एग्जिस्टिंग कितने हैं वो तो पता ही नहीं किसी को, बट एक्टिव उसमें से जिस पे हर महीने हर कुछ टाइम में पोस्टिंग हो रही है,
Wow.
दे आर 114 million. Now imagine every YouTuber needs a graphic designer, every YouTuber needs somebody to write their SEO and do stuff,
Yeah.
thumbnail designer, somebody who can edit the video and all. I am saying that I am running YouTube channels, I am ready to hire editors, this and that on freelance. Anybody who's listening to this, ask yourself, do you know these skills? There are
Yeah.
people ready to put money on the table, people just don't have.
You know, as you said कि हमारे अंदर एक चोर बैठा हुआ है.
I mean, I can right now pick up money on any project. आप मुझे वीडियो एडिटिंग बोलो, मैं वीडियो एडिटिंग का पैसा ले लूँगी आपसे. आप मुझे थंबनेल बोलो, मैं थंबनेल का पैसा. I will get it done if I can't do it. But all the viewers here, just ask yourself कि अभी मार्केट में किन चीज़ों की ज़रूरत है जिसका लोग पैसा देना चाहते हैं.
And how good are you in that field?
And do you know it or not?
Yeah.
Because if you don't know it, stop thinking about making money, bro.
Yeah.
It won't happen.
Yeah.
And there are various channels. कंसल्टेंसी इज़ अ गुड बिजनेस. कंसल्टेंट बनने से पहले काफ़ी काम करना पड़ता है, आपके पास काम होना चाहिए दिखाने के लिए. फ्रीलांसिंग में बहुत ऑप्शंस हैं. आप लोग नॉट ओनली ऑन फाइवर एंड अपवर्क, you can actually use real platforms like LinkedIn. Just use LinkedIn to your edge.
Yeah.
Start outreaching. I landed literally all of my jobs because of outreaching. If I did not send the first text at every place that I was, I would not be here. You got to be making a move.
Yeah. So Reshu, let's assume that tomorrow both YouTube and Insta, they get vanished.
Yeah.
What would matter then?
Your network and how big a reach you have physically offline amongst people.
Physically.
Internet shuts down.
Yeah.
Now what do you do? You got to be having people who know you, who you can knock on the door and say कि आज 15 बंदे लेकर आना वहाँ पे.
Yeah.
If you have people who can do that for you physically offline, you're winning it online.
Beautiful. Super. And if you were to give a piece of advice to yourself when you were getting started, with all the wisdom, all the experiences that you have gained and garnered for yourself, what would that one piece of advice be?
Pour into the glasses that pour back into yours.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Reshu. What a delight it has been to sit across
Same.
and speak to you. Lots to learn from me. Thank you so much.
Lovely. It was a great conversation. Very insightful. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.